Nintendo posted right on their news app on the Nintendo Switch their best selling games of 2018. And it's actually pretty surprising for a list. The first thing that I want to point out is that I kind of have, I kind of take, I have a problem with the list. And it's because they have things on there that are the best selling, but I think that's kind of a misnomer because some of the stuff on here is free. So the number one best-selling game on the Nintendo Switch in 2018 on the eShop, again, this is not counting physical sales, was Fortnite. And Fortnite is a free game. So that doesn't really like I feel like all the free games should be taken out of the list. So first off, I'm going to list off the games and let's remove the free games, but I'll tell you what the free games are that were the best selling. So Fortnite was number one. Fallout Shelter is number two. Number three is Paladins. Number five was Warframe. Number six is Arena of Valor. And all five of those games is a free-to-play game or a free-to-start game. So I really don't feel like it should be in this list. That maybe they should be in their own list. That being said, let's look at the rest of the list because there's actually some kind of interesting stuff happening here. The first non-free-to-play game on this list was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That is the number 4 on this list. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which has only been out for a couple of weeks, well, for a month now, roughly, is the best-selling game of 2018 on the Nintendo eShop. That's pretty impressive that it sold that well. I wonder how many. I wonder if that includes bundles, like that where you go and you buy the Nintendo Switch that comes with the game preloaded on it. Wonder if that is counted in that, or if these are just straight up people who bought the game on the eShop on a Switch that they already had. That's an interesting question. The next game on the list is actually, I guess it shouldn't be surprising to me because the game is an absolute juggernaut, but is Minecraft. Minecraft is number 7. Again, we're getting rid of all of the free-to-play games, but Minecraft is number 7 on the list. I expected that to be a little bit lower because Minecraft has been out for ages, and while I wonder if that counts because they had 2 versions on the Switch. I wonder which version that's counting, or if it's combining sales of both of them. Because if you bought the first version, you got the second version for free. I wonder if they're counting that as 2 sales. Now, I'm not trying to take anything away from Minecraft. I'm just kind of trying to parse the information. I just find it odd that Minecraft is so high on the list. After Minecraft is Hollow Knight, which I haven't played, but I've heard is very, very good. That's a cheaper game, so it's not a huge surprise that that would be high on the list, especially because it got all kinds of accolades. And then in the number 9 spot, this is very surprising to me, is Super Mario Party. Like, I am surprised at how well Super Mario Party did this year. Being at number 9 on this list, and really, if you take away all the free-to-play games, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's in 4th place, ahead of Celeste, which won awards, ahead of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. Both of those games are lower on the eShop list than Super Mario Party. That is just bananas to me. Like, I have trouble understanding how Super Mario Party could have done better than both versions of Pokemon Let's Go. That's crazy. Now, if you take Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu and you combine those sales, I wonder where that would have shaken out. And it's too bad that Nintendo didn't give us that information, because I think that would be very, very interesting. They didn't give us hard numbers. They just put them in a list. Then there's Dead Cells, Overcooked 2, Octopath Traveler coming in at number 16, Undertale, Kirby Star Allies. I would have expected Kirby Star Allies to be a little bit higher on the list, seeing as how it's been out for quite a while now. I think that came out early in the year, and it's been getting regular updates. In fact, I'm going to change gears here for a sec and look at this article from Nintendo Soup. There's this there's I guess a letter from the director. I'm trying to find it. Shinya Kumikaze. He left a message for fans on the Nintendo Switch News channel. It reads like this. It says, "This is Shinya Kumikaze from HAL Laboratories, the general director for Kirby Star Allies. Firstly, I'd like to present a special illustration we've prepared for this news channel to celebrate." There's the, if you're watching the video, there's the picture. Looks pretty cool. He says, oh, I scrolled too far. It depicts the newest Dream Friends in action. Enjoy. Now, in this update, on top of adding a fancy new mode and extra Dream Friends, we also made a few small adjustments here and there. Have you noticed, for example, in some of the harder modes, the power of Kirby's star bullets increases massively the more stars he inhales. So utilize Kirby's signature trait and inhale tons of stars to challenge the toughest bosses. He went on to talk about the other changes that they've made. He also started talking about all of the extra characters that are in the game. He says, to keep things interesting, we kept adding new maps until we had a very respectable collection. Now the section in a stage between one door and the next is known as a step. In total, the third update adds over 170 steps, plus 56 steps in the Heroes Another Dimension. If you put all free updates together, that's 240 additional added steps. I think he means stages by saying steps. I'm not sure what he means by that. That's confusing to me, having not played the game. He goes on to say that playable characters, if you count all of the different forms that Kirby can be in with his copy ability, you have normal Kirby, plus 28 copy abilities, plus 24 friends, plus 13 Dream Friends. That's 66 playable characters. He went on to talk more about the other things that they've included in these free updates, which is a lot of stuff. And having said that, all of that stuff being added to the game after the fact means that the people who bought that game, who put it at number 18 on the bestseller list for Nintendo's eShop this year, seems like they got a lot of content for their money. Just reading that is almost enough to convince me that I should try that game out. And I don't even have really a good reason to not try it out. My son owns it. He's got it downstairs. I just haven't bothered because I didn't really care for the demo. But, you know, maybe he just convinced me to check out Kirby Star Allies. Anyway, what else was bestsellers this year? Diablo 3 Eternal Collection was one of the best sellers on the eShop. That does not surprise me. The Switch is the perfect platform for that game, and I think that having played the game on the PC, on the PS4, and on the Switch, it is definitely best on the Switch, even if the graphics are not as good as they could be. That being said, Wizard of Legend came in after that. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Okami HD, Darkest Dungeon, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, and Golf Story. Those are the biggest sellers on the eShop this year. Of those, which ones did you pick up? Which ones were your favorite purchases for 2018? You can let me know by emailing me, runjumpstomp@gmail.com, or you can let me know right down below if you are watching this on YouTube.